welcome to this edition of Brand Buzz with me, Ankita Saxena. The outdoor media advertising industry in India is undergoing a remarkable transformation, driven by emerging trends and evolving dynamics. From embracing technological advancements to the integration of sustainability-focused practices, the industry is stepping up to meet the global standards. While out-of-home or OOH advertising in India has unique challenges like digital disruption, some regulatory complexities, staying sustainable in an environmentally conscious world, and so on. Players like Bright Outdoor Media stand out for their ability to innovate, nurture genuine relationships across diverse sectors like Bollywood, business, and politics. Well, first ever outdoor media company to be listed on Bombay Stock Exchange in May 2023, Bright Outdoor Media has pioneered outdoor advertising across India and beyond. And today I'm in conversation with Abhishek Sharma, who's the Vice President of Bright Outdoor Media, to talk to us about the changing outdoor advertising dynamics. Hi Abhishek, thank you so much for joining us on Brand Buzz today.
Thank you so much for having me on the show, Ankita.
Abhishek, firstly to understand how the OOH market is panning out, tell us some of the latest industry trends in outdoor media space.
The Indian out-of-home industry is going through a major transformation. One key reason is the rise of digital out-of-home, DOOH as we popularly calls it. LED screens at airports, malls, metro stations and prime traffic junctions are quite common nowadays. For example, the Mumbai Metro and Delhi Airport have adopted large format digital displays with programmatic capabilities. I'm happy to tell you that at Bright Outdoor Media Limited, we are leading this change from the front. We have installed more than 30 big-size digital LED billboards in Mumbai alone in the last 2 years with the help of our JV partners, possibly making us one of the largest operators of digital LED billboards in the country today. Second key trend is the hyperlocal targeting, where brands create designs based on the city, area, and to an extent, street level insights. For example, Swiggy, Zomato, and Netflix have mastered this with quirky area-specific creatives. Another trend that comes to my mind is transit media. Transit media is also booming left, right, and center. You look at cab branding, you look at metro branding, auto branding. These are all becoming key drivers, key vehicles for mass reach. Lastly, I think digital integration and sustainability are also gaining ground as clients are demanding for better ROI and eco-conscious solutions as well.
Right. Whenever you think of the digital billboards, the one visual that comes to your mind is New York Times Square. So I want to understand what's the difference between outdoor media in India versus these developed countries, and how can you bridge the gap, or how are you narrowing that gap?
I think yes, there is a difference. Developed economies of the world have higher penetration of DOH, and they also use advanced measurement tools and streamlined policy frameworks rather. And whereas here in India, we are still transitioning from static billboard to digital LED billboards. So I think overall we need to have better technology adoption. We need to get standardized measurement tools. We should be having streamlined policies on the regulatory front, and of course we need good and better investments in high quality, high definition digital infrastructure.
Right. Abhishek, you mentioned a very interesting point of measurement metric. Now, whenever a marketer is spending his ad dollar, he wants a return on his investment, right? So for outdoor media, how does that work? How does the metric for measurement work for outdoor media in general, and also for digital outdoor media?
For sure, but before I come to that, I think I must highlight there was a time when outdoor media marketing was just a tick mark for all the brand marketeers, simply because it has always been an impact medium, but to calculate the ROI has always been a challenging thing, right?
Yeah.
But things are changing now with a lot of European software in place now. In fact, there are some Indianized things which are also happening here in India. So I think ROI is possible now with the motion sensor technology, which can recognize the mood of the audience who is looking at you. Which they can recognize the impressions as well. So I think all in all, it's in a good shape.
Right. Also, if you look at one disruptor that has completely disrupted the advertising and marketing industry is digital. In fact, now digital is controlling the largest share of the advertising pie for marketers. It has trumped TV, radio, and print. How has that impacted outdoor media?
I think, Ankita, OH here in India is thriving with digital and not getting replaced by it for sure. Some of the traditional platforms like TV, print, and radio, while they remain strong, OOH, with the help of digital out of home, has elevated the entire industry. DOH, as a concept, it promotes real-time data, real-time updates. It promotes dynamic advertisements and all of that, which is why DOH is a preferred thing. And a lot of brands here in India, as India is expanding urban footprints and increasing traffic exposure, DOH is adding new flexibility, creative freedom, and better brand engagement.
Right. In fact, I was thinking of the examples how social media and OOH have worked very well together. And what comes to my mind is this series by Netflix called Money Heist, where we saw this extensive offline advertising also, where the buildings were painted, and there was a big huge billboards for the the digital show. Tell us, how is social media and OOH working in tandem?
I think social media and OH have come out as a powerful combination altogether. It's working hand in hand. You would find a lot of times a striking creative which has been placed on an outdoor billboard has garnered a lot of traction online. Yeah, especially the example that you spoke about. We see this a lot of times when we are one of the biggest marketers of new movies coming out of Bollywood.
Right.
So we see a lot of times these star cast of the movies. They come to a billboards, take a picture, post it on Instagram. That's how they are driving engagement further. Right. So I think social media is only helping brands, marketers or media owners like us to amplify the OH reach in the digital world.
It is helping you amplify your reach in the digital world. Then what are the challenges of the OOH industry that you're facing currently?
Sure, there are a couple of challenges that I would like to highlight is the policy framework. I mean, there are different policies for different geographies here in India. So I think that's where we are facing a lot of challenge. Plus, there is no single window system. For the payments of the regulatory bodies, there is online mechanism available.
Right.
But when it comes to taking approval for such, billboards, a file need to, roam from department to department. So I think that's number one. Second, I would also like to highlight that there's no currency which can identify or measure the ROI of the outdoor media, as we have in TV. In TV you have BARC, in print you have IRS, in radio you have RAM, but India is still awaiting for this currency for the outdoor media industry.
Besides these regulatory challenges, besides the challenge of measurement, there's also this challenge of sustainability that has taken over globally. How are you living up to that?
I think it's a beautiful question, Ankita, because I personally like sustainability part, and there are ways and mechanisms wherein media owners like us are contributing to this particular part of the business, wherein we are putting up solar panels onto our hoarding. We have started using efficient lighting. In fact, I'm happy to tell you that Bright Outdoor Media Limited, along with its JV partners, won the Guinness Book of World Record for installing largest number of solar panels on a single hoarding in Mumbai. So these are some of the ways wherein we are contributing from our side and making sure that we play our part well.
Right. Also, what are some of the factors that are contributing to the sustainable growth, as well as pushing your outdoor media ahead?
So I think innovation always remain a key part which is going to drive the industry. You need to keep innovate. You need to keep investing in technology. You need to think. You need to always think out of the box. And I think relationship also plays a major role in making sure that if you have good relationship with major brands across the nation and outside as well, I think it pays really well.
Right. Also, now that we've spoken about these big cities, the advertising that I spoke about, usually we see these the OOH advertising restricted to big mega metro cities. Talk to us about your regional markets. How are the regional markets contributing to the growth of OOH industry, and how much of a business is driven from these tier one, from these tier two, tier three cities?
I think tier 2 and tier 3 cities have also started contributing well, simply because there's a lot of infrastructure development happening in these cities as well. So new airports are coming, new metro lines are coming, smarter roads are coming, which is opening avenues for new avenues for the outdoor media advertising. So which is where I think these markets have started contributing well. Also, I would like to highlight that there are a lot of regional events which happen in these areas. For example, Navratri happens in Gujarat. Similarly, other festival in other cities of Indore, Bhubaneswar, all these markets are contributing well. So I think these events give additional push for outdoor media advertising, which is where these markets have started contributing really well.
Right. Also, creativity is a very strong part of OOH advertising. Tell us, what are some of the key creative trends that are playing out? How are you leveraging creativity, to enhance your billboards or digital billboards, if you will?
I think, Ankita, creativity is what breaks the noise. It breaks the clutter, right? A striking billboard would always, attract more attention than a normal content billboard. Yeah. So that is there in our industry as well. There's a lot of innovation happening, a lot of new stuff happening, which is, like I said, is amplified well on social media and other media platforms as well. So creativity still remains the key aspect of making sure that you stand out from the clutter.
Right. Could you give us an example of these creative innovations? Like, I understand digital is one of them.
So I'll tell you, for this movie Baghi 3, we did a curtain raiser movement. So the entire poster was, it had a curtain, it had a ribbon. So actually, the main lead of this particular movie, Tiger Shroff, he actually went up with the help of a crane and unveiled the entire poster for the media sitting outside there. So these kind of innovations, these kind of creativity, wherein, in fact, a Pathan billboard wherein Shah Rukh Khan, comes out of the frame and looks at the audience. I think that also garnered a lot of attention. And how can we forget Amul's witty campaign that's playing across India, for that matter. So I think these are some of the creative thoughts that come to my mind when we talk about creativity.
Right. Also, now that you've spoken about entertainment, and of course, entertainment is a very important part of OOH industry. Besides that, how do you see the collaboration with other industries like mobility or tech? How do you see that panning out?
I think these cross collaborations are also working well for the industry. For example, if we look at the tech industry, these QR codes are quite common nowadays, wherein people, the audiences are actually looking at, scanning the QR codes and directly going on to the marketplace or the website of these brands, enabling further purchases. So this is how tech has been used. In terms of mobility, you will find a lot of these platforms like Uber, Ola, they have the space for outdoor, for outdoor media advertising as well. I mean, there are wraps and things like that you will find on the cars, and the apps as well, which is tracking the whole movement of such cabs and things like that. So I think there also we see a good traction coming from. So tech, mobility, entertainment for that matter. I spoke to you about the entertainment part as well. A lot of new OTT channels, they are releasing their teaser on DOH as well. So I think there's a lot more possibilities of good collaboration that I see ahead.
So, but Abhishek, which of these categories are also driving the maximum growth for you besides entertainment?
I think real estate is one category which is driving a big growth altogether, because a lot of times when you roam on, you pass by the Eastern Express Highway, Western Express Highway in Mumbai, or Ring Road in Delhi, you will find a lot of real estate players advertising about their projects, about their upcoming or projects or amenities. Yeah.
Right. Also, talk to us about your key markets that are driving growth for you. What are the focus areas for Bright Outdoor Media?
So as of now, Mumbai is, because we are based out of Mumbai and a lot of our inventories are here in Mumbai. But for a lot of our clients, we are working pan-India, and not only in India but internationally as well. For a lot of our clients, we are active, amplifying their campaigns across South Asia. So geography is not a barrier for us for sure, but we see a lot of growth coming from not only tier 1 cities, but tier 2, tier 3 cities as well.
Right. Also, finally, Abhishek, what do you see in the future for outdoor media, and what's your vision for bright outdoor media?
Well, like I said, we are one of the largest operators of digital LED billboards in the country today. We really want to take it ahead. We want to install more number of digital LEDs. On the same time, we want to contribute to the environment. We also want to contribute to society in terms of some social messages. Yeah. We have been helping governments and the regulatory bodies talking about their initiatives, for the common man. So I think these are some of the areas where I see a good growth, and at the same time, like I said, we are committed to make sure that we deliver on the promises which we made onto the stock market during the IPO launch.
All right, Abhishek, on that note, thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us today.
Thank you so much, Ankita.
And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Brand Buzz. I'll see you same time next week with some more interesting conversations. Thank you so much for tuning in. Rajat, it's a very catch-22 situation for a marketer. So how do you, really make that experience seamless? As a marketer, how should one really walk the rope of not bombarding the consumer with the ads, and at the same time serve your ad, because you need to serve your ad to create brand awareness? And how do you deal with this phenomena called ad blocking?
See, that's an excellent question, right? The first and foremost point that you have made is very right. There is a need to create the awareness. There is a need to create the consumer perception around your brand that is favorable to your brand and the way you want the perception to be shaped. You want the consumer's preference to be influenced. All those tasks are there. My point is, the solution is not just advertising the way we do it today. So how do we address it? So one, for example, is what we call as experiential marketing. So just to give you an idea, in 2013, when I joined MasterCard, we used to be predominantly an advertising-led marketing company. All our marketing strategy was hinged on and was pivoting on advertising. And when I started getting into these areas, I said, it might be a big bet, but maybe I have to move away from advertising. I cannot get rid of advertising. I still have to have some component of advertising, but in different ways, different channels, and do it smartly. But on the other hand, I need to really find my marketing results coming in through experiences. So we started going through what we call as experiential marketing platform. We bought a company that has set up a platform which specializes in sourcing, curating, and fulfilling experiences that are truly priceless. Now, if I fast forward today, we curate literally thousands of experiences around the world every single year. These experiences, when you go through them, it leaves you an indelible mark in your mind about the brand and the context that we have provided for our brand to be showcased to you. So for example, if I'm giving you special experiences to go to a concert, best seats in the house, advance tickets only for yourself, backstage experience, meet and greet with the artists, or memorabilia that are autographed by the artists, and so on, people come away feeling absolutely thrilled. And when you as a brand are the one who is providing the experience to the consumers, there is a very strong affection. It's not loyalty, it is affection between the brand and the consumer. So the consumer starts feeling very warm and fuzzy towards the brand, and there is a bias and a halo that's created around the brand in consumers' minds. So this is one. Now, does it work? Because experiences are very difficult to fulfill, and they are very expensive as well. How do you do it at scale? So the secret recipe is, how do you make these experiences constantly interesting and exciting and inspiring? How do you make sure that they are affordable as a marketer, because I have to justify my ROI? And how do you make sure that the fulfillment of these experiences is fantastic? Because if the experience is not great, you get exactly the opposite effect of what you're trying to accomplish. So with this, I have moved more than 70% of my advertising dollars since 2013 into experiential marketing. What is the result? The result is the brand has gone, in terms of favorability ratings, extremely high, directly attributable to this experiential marketing. So we do have proprietary methodologies of how we measure the ROI and how do you attribute that these are the results happening because of my marketing actions in this way and not because of something else that's happening in the ecosystem. And now we have become, now a few years back, we used to be number 87 in the list of the top 100 brands. Today, we are at number 11. We are the 11th most valuable brand in the world. We are one of the 20 fastest growing brands in the world over the last 5 years. We have become the world's number one audio brand. We are one of the most loved and liked brands around the world. The recognition of MasterCard logo, which doesn't even have the name MasterCard written in it, is now 84% around the world. I'm not doing advertising and accomplishing these. I have shrunk my advertising, but have really dramatically gone into experiential marketing. This is giving me the results. This is just one methodology of how you reach the consumers, how you communicate, how you create the awareness, and alter their perceptions or strengthen their perceptions in favor of your brand.